everyone, welcome back. I am Lover's Lens.
And I'm Morik. Today we're exploring a world of mysterious late-night chats, gorgeous illustrations, and deeply emotional stories.
That's right, we're talking about Moonlight Dialogue, a mobile visual novel and chat-based dating sim inspired by Mystic Messenger. And we're happy to be joined by its creator, writer, and director Donnie of Ntelle Studio. Donnie, welcome. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how Entelle came to life?
Okay, hi. Thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. I'm Donnie Yoon, the creator of Moonlight Dialogue. And our studio started with a few friends who love games and handsome 2D characters. We just wanted to create something meaningful and fun. And Moonlight Dialogue is the result of that shared passion. And as for Chariots, I was incredibly thrilled to have had the chance to work there. It was a really tough experience, to be honest, but just show how much I love Mystic Messenger and the amazing team behind it. And with the Moonlight Dialogue, we wanted to create a game that brings people comfort, happiness, and emotional warmth, something that feels like a gentle hug, shared with charming characters and heartfelt moments. That's what drives us as a team.
Okay,
That's so nice.
That's very sweet.
Is this your first project where you direct stuff, the project where everything depends on you? Is it the first time it happens?
For game, yes. But my real job, this is sub job, game is sub job, and my basic job, I don't know how to...
Your main profession.
Yeah, that job is I'm the director of the team, so maybe that experience could help me to lead the team, maybe.
Yes, of course it does. Every experience in that field helps.
Yeah,
Let's translate.
Yeah.
So, in Moonlight Dialogue, players enter the Moonlight Counseling Center, a mysterious space where connection is pretty much everything, and that's the goal. It's quite a unique blend of texting, calls, and immersive storytelling. What sparked the idea behind this game?
There was a time when I went through some really difficult moments in my life when I was it was more than 5 or 6 years ago, and during that period I started receiving psychological counseling. That experience changed me. It helped me understand myself better and sparked a deep interest in psychology. Now I'm studying psychology formally at Korea University, and it become a big part of how I see the world and tell stories. So it took me a long time to learn how to love myself. It took really long time, and honestly, I'm still learning. So Moonlight Dialogue was born from that journey. I wanted to create something that could help others feel seen, understood, and maybe come to love themselves a little more easily than I did.
That's very interesting. So it's basically a very personal thing for you.
Yeah.
And also just remember that learning how to love yourself, it's a process, and everyone are struggling with it. Basically everyone. So I always tell my friends, guys, therapy, visit therapy. Psychological help actually helps in your life. And in my country, it's not very common to visit a therapist. Your parents usually tell you, what's wrong with you? You're not crazy. You don't need a psychologist or someone to help you. I can help you. Share with me. I can help you. No, mom, no. I need unbiased opinion. Yeah,
that's what happens in our country too.
I guess it's a common thing.
There's just a bias in a lot of country.
Yeah, you're right.
The people act like you're crazy when you want to seek therapy, and I believe that everyone needs it. Some more than others, but yeah. So your game actually blurs reality and fantasy in a very interesting way, and it's using the interface of a messenger app, right? What inspired you to center it around therapy, emotional growth, and online chatting service at the same time? Like, you explained how you wanted to incorporate the therapy stuff, but what about the chatting service? Why did you decide to make it a chatting service and not a, I don't know, therapy session simulator by 2D characters, I guess?
That's like, I've always found something powerful in small, quiet conversations, especially like the kind we do it in online. So like when you're chatting late at night behind a screen, it sometimes feels easier to open up and be vulnerable. That's why we chose a messenger format. So like our characters are in the Moonlight Counseling Center's talk app with the player, and players and characters get some kind of subjects of like they can have conversation with. So that kind of step would be might easier for players to get inside the story. So that's why we chose the messenger app.
I do have to agree. There's something when chatting through a messenger app, you kind of feel more open, I think, at times.
You're right.
At least I've noticed.
Especially those old school role-playing forums, if you remember them.
And
like you enter them, it's filled with some strangers, like people you don't know, and you can just share stuff through your character. It's quite interesting. And I think it's time to talk a little bit about the love interests. So we have 7 very different people with unique voices. We don't really get to meet them in the demo, but we can see their character cards and the Kickstarter page. Can you please tell us a bit more about each of them?
I'm actually still getting know the characters myself too, so I might not have all the details just yet, because actually these characters are alive. And I'll start with G1. G1 is calm and sincere, and always try to keep things together. He's the one who listens before he speaks. And Suha is playful and emotional. He's like a bright light hiding some shadows. Om is energetic, warm, and full of heart. She's the type who will cheer you up just by being there. And Sojun is quite quiet and thoughtful. He might seem distant at first, but he has a deep sense of care. Yuche is kind of serious and poetic with a dry sense of humor. He always chooses his words carefully. Habek is gentle but guarded. He's the kind of person who watches over others from a distance. Sanya is mysterious and a bit intense. He speaks the truth even when it hurts, but with sincerity.
So is it the Capricorn? What was the name of the last character you mentioned?
Sanya.
Okay, I'm having a bit of trouble repeating that, but you told us that it's a very sincere and direct character, and I feel like this is the Capricorn person, is it?
Oh no, Sanya wasn't in the chat room.
Oh, okay.
You
So
can
to
meet him at the bad ending of the prologue.
Oh,
interesting.
so we don't
Where
meet
was
them
that
all.
ending?
We don't meet them all in the anonymous chat group, right?
Yeah.
So we meet part of the love interests, but they're portrayed by only by their zodiac sign.
Yeah, you're right.
Why did you decide to keep them hidden in the demo, and why did you decide to show only their zodiac signs?
That's because we wanted players to connect through emotions first, not appearance. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's so cute. Cute sound. Well, okay, so actually the zodiac approach I really love, because I'm such a hoe for zodiac signs and stuff like that, human design, and yeah, so I really like this approach.
Thank you.
So we got a good view now of the romanceable options, but can you give us a sneak peek of their planned dynamics with the main character?
Sure. Each route shows a different kind of emotional bond. Some characters open up slowly, others challenge you right away. You might feel like find comfort, tension healing, and maybe even a few surprises.
Okay, interesting. So, a varied cast.
Yes.
So you decided to blend the traditional visual novel storytelling with the messenger-style chats, as we mentioned, and also voice calls. What was the biggest challenge in balancing those aspects?
Biggest challenge was keeping the emotional flow consistent. Visual novel scenes are more immersive and dramatic, while chat messages feel casual and fast. We had to carefully adjust tone, pacing, and even character expressions to make everything feel like one seamless story.
Okay, interesting. So it's basically a balance game at that point. Also, I want to ask about the voice acting in the game. You have pretty much gathered a star cast of people from Genshin Impact, Cookie Run, and Love and Deepspace. How did you assemble them, and have you got any fun stories from the recording sessions?
We still can't believe it, honestly. It really is a dream team. It was hard for us to cast them too. Many of the voice actors have worked on amazing titles, and we were so lucky they connected with our story. As for fun stories, let's just say during some of emotional lines, we heard a few actors go completely silent.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
yeah, and they really loved our lines, really thankfully.
So the voice cast has really resonated with the story.
Yeah, right.
Okay, that's how you know they're going to really embody the characters. That's great.
It's actually crazy that you managed to gather up so many talented and kind of famous voice actor for an indie work. So
Yeah,
I
right.
think it's a big thing. Your project puts the balls on the table and just, I'm there, I'm worth it. Play me. That's how it felt for me, at least. And talking about the artistic part of the development, we need to mention the CGs. Like, they're stunning, really top tier indie work. So you mentioned nearly 50 CGs in season 1 of the game. What's your approach to visual storytelling, and how do you work with your artists?
Thank you so much for saying good things about our CGs. We are really crafting our works. We are planning around 50 CGs for season 1, and each one is designed to capture a key emotional moment and to show them in a real world, like they are living the real world, I mean. And our approach is very collaborative. I write detailed scene briefs with dialogue, mood, and camera angle notes. And then we talk closely with the artists to bring those emotions to life. Sometimes we even act out the poses ourselves to get it just right.
Yeah, that's how it's done. Actually, I have quite some experience with acting out the poses as well. Because I do animation as a hobby, so sometimes I have to even act out the scene myself, record it, and then look at it while I am developing the animations. So that's quite nice that you give those to your artists, and they're doing an amazing job. Just shout out to them. They're crazy good. Crazy good.
There's also the custom room system mentioned in the Kickstarter, that players can decorate their space using items from the love interests. What inspired you to add this feature? It sounds quite interesting.
We wanted players to feel like the characters are really part of their world, even outside the chats and calls. So decorating your space with gifts or memories from them makes the bond feel like more personal and lasting. It's a quiet way to show love through small, meaningful things you choose to keep around you.
So what's the plan? Sorry, Maureen, to interrupt you, but what's the plan? Are you gonna receive those items when you start romancing the different love interests? Or you just acquire them anyways in the game? Like, do you have to do particular effort to receive those gifts?
There might be some points that you can get for just playing the game, but like it's random actually. You can get it for just playing the game, or you have to get some effort to get the item in several ways.
Okay, so basically each playthrough would have a pretty much different room look.
Yes.
And sorry, Morgan, again that I'm going to
don't
go
worry.
before you. But so there is mentioned season 1 with when we asked about the CGs, right? How many seasons are you planning?
Oh, we're planning for 4 seasons.
That's quite a lot. Quite a lot.
That's going to be quite a lot of content.
Are you planning to fund each season from Kickstarter, or just one funding will do the job?
That's we don't actually plan to get more funds for next seasons, actually, because it might give some pressures to the players. So for our hope, we just want to do it by ourselves instead of getting Kickstarters or other crowdfundings.
Okay.
We wish you luck with that. The game is very promising, and it looks it's going to be successful, basing on your Kickstarter success. And speaking of which, you've received a pretty loyal fan base of more than 100 people that helped you fund your goal. How has been the campaign experience so far for you?
It's been so overwhelming, actually. We really didn't expect to reach the goal because we are just a small team based in Korea, so we thought no one would get any interest in our game, actually. But it was really overwhelming. We thank every day for the result of Kickstarter, and yeah.
Yeah, don't underestimate how much support Tommy games can get on Kickstarter. We've
Yeah.
seen a lot succeed.
People love Otome games. They love crowdfunding them. There's a lot of projects that are crowdfunding, are being crowdfunded by Kickstarter or any other platform that can do that. And in your page, you mentioned that the biggest goal is funding high-quality localization to bring the story to players in multiple languages, right?
So localization is really close to our hearts. We want players around the world to experience the story with all the emotion we originally intended. That's why high quality translation is our top priority. If we reach our stretch goals that we are gonna add it in Kickstarter campaign, we'd love to add more side stories, bonus scenes, and even new romance routes. The support we get, the more love we can pour into this world.
Well, people, you heard Donnie. You go support the game, even with a late back, or maybe a Patreon, or I'm not sure what platform she's gonna put on after the Kickstarter campaign is over. But yeah, this game deserves your love, so go check it out.
Okay?
You've built quite a warm and passionate community around the game. Have you received any messages or reactions from people that stood out to you from the Kickstarter campaign?
There were like so many beautiful moments actually, but like one that really stayed with me was reading messages from people who said the game's concept made them feel seen or understood. Also, seeing fans already choosing their favorite characters, it was really stunning experience. Even before the full game is out, was so heartwarming and fun. It reminded me that stories really do connect us even before they're fully told.
That's so
So
sweet.
I have questions. Were there any characters that you guys liked?
Yes. I do not know because they're still anonymous in the chat, but I'll have to go with the horse. Something about how stoic he is, the way he writes. I find it very entertaining.
Yeah, I
And
like the horse as well.
okay, I guess we both really like the horse.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Just it reminds me of a favorite TV character from a sitcom I watch. Not a comedy show. I don't know if you heard about it. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He kind of reminds me with the way he writes to the captain there of the precinct.
And I just love stoic characters, and yeah, that's
And horses.
why and horses. Yeah, I actually live in a ranch, so I like horses very much.
She lives among them.
Yes, I really like horses, but this is not the thing. Like as I said, I really love the whole team of the anonymous love interests in the chat and the zodiac signs and stuff like that. I find it really interesting. It feels like a real thing, you know. It's not a
like people you just randomly meet.
yeah.
Have
in
a chat room.
chat. Yeah.
So actually, we held a popularity poll recently, and to our surprise, the top two were Habek and the horse. Habek is the white-haired guy.
So, not surprising that it's one of our favorites then in that case.
Yeah. It's not a shock. We're just generic. We like what we like. Yeah.
For my next question, when do you plan on having the game fully released for the public?
We are going to launch our game in this August or September.
Okay, so that's actually not that far away.
Yeah, it's close. Are you guys crunching? Is it hard to finish everything before the deadline?
Yeah, it's not easy because we have like more than one job, so we have to like take more space to work on the game. So
to balance your real life and your passion project, right?
yeah, but we building this game over 2 years, so it's time to launch actually. So we are launching our game in season 1, and for this season, we are planning to release. This. Can I answer this question because it's the one in the wrap up?
Yeah, but let us do the question itself then.
Okay.
Because I got a little bit confused. I'm not sure how I'm gonna edit this out. Before we move to the other question, I had another question which is not in the script, and if you feel like answering it, you can answer it. If you don't feel like it, I can edit it out as well. But I actually wanted to ask you, how many writers do you have in the team for this game?
We have 3 writers.
Okay,
And
so
you're one of them, right? You write yourself as well.
Yeah, I'm the main writer, and there are one writer who checks the grammars or like erasing the
redactor. I think it's called.
Yeah.
Proofreader.
Yeah.
Proofreader.
The other person is one who makes sure the characters stay true to their personalities and backstories.
So he checks for consistencies, basically.
Yeah, right.
Okay, that's a nice team you got
quite a lot. That's quite a lot. So, talking about the quantity of stuff, what can players expect in terms of content, length of the game, and emotional damage that they're gonna receive from those love interests?
For this season, we are planning to release up to the route split for 2 romanceable characters. Since we are a small team with full-time jobs, that was the most realistic scope we could manage. So season 1 will introduce the main cast and let you enjoy early dates with 2 of them. We recorded over 10 hours of voice acting, so there's plenty to dive into, and we hope you'll look forward to it. And maybe in this season there might not be like a big emotional damage, because emotional damage comes when you have a big attachment with that characters. So this season is for getting attachments to the characters. So yeah.
So it's basically gonna be introduction of the characters in the game, right?
Introductions and date, like going out with the characters and getting
So it's
energy.
just the beginning, like to get to know each other. Yeah. Okay. So we can get prepared for the other season then.
So, is there anything else you'd like to say directly to your players and supporters?
The only thing we can say for now is just thank you everyone for everything. Like, thank you every small interests in our game. And it might be more happy to get more interests. Every interests are so welcoming. Thank you.
Thank you, Donnie. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. That was a lovely conversation.
And to everyone listening, check out the demo, support the Kickstarter if you can, and maybe fall in love with the mysterious stargazer or two.
This game deserves your love. So, until next time, stay curious, stay romantic, and may your next message bring you a little closer to the stars.